Hello guys, welcome to today's episode of Mini Races.
You're lefty, aren't you?
I am a lefty, yeah. The forbidden curse.
This is Gavin, and you might recognise Gavin from one of my previous videos asking a random person for a game of pool. Now on that video I had a few comments on there saying you can tell by the way he breaks that he can't play the game. He's obviously not a very good pool player, but the guy didn't even get a shot, so I've invited him for a mini race. And yeah, we're just about to find out if he can play. This is frame 1. Gavin broke. He opted for the cut break, played it really well. Just like this positional shot. He also played that really well, so he's looking to now go into his problem area, yellow and red, but he got into it a little bit too much. So now he's in a tricky spot. He's going to take on the plant into the middle. And he plays that really well. Now this shot alone, you can tell that he's got knowledge of the game, because he's actually pinching part of the cushion there, but playing it at a good pace for it to drop. And then he plays a phenomenal cross the face lung double. So yeah, he can play for sure. He's super thin on this. Tries cutting it into the middle. But unfortunately, no good. So I'm going to go about these reds. I'm going to play this one into the top left now, and I'm looking to leave an angle on the one into the bottom right so that I can get my problem out near the black. So bottom right hand side. Played it okay. I've got fortunate to land on another ball, so I'm going to drop this one into the middle, and then I'm going to leave myself a double. Didn't think that I could top this across, so I decided to play up and down the table, a little bit of bottom left hand side just to bring me back towards the direction of the black. And then normally with shots like this I tend to drag them in just to give the pocket every chance. And that's 1-0 to me. Next frame, me to break. I've also opted to cut break like I always do, but I haven't got a ball. I didn't hit it as well as Gavin did. And now he's going to start going about these yellows. Again, this is a perfect example here that he obviously can play. That's a lovely shot. Another example here as well. Around the back of those reds. Look how tight that is. But then he goes for one in the top right and unfortunately misses it, but he leaves me half ball snookered. So I've come to the table with a little bit of a swerve shot to play, and I've chucked a little bit too much spin on it, and I've left Gavin with opportunity now really to take the frame away from me. Which it would have been nice anyway to see the finish in the first place. But unfortunately, he obviously missed the one into the top right, but he made sure of it in the end, and that's 1-1. Gav to break in the next. Another cut break. Another ball off the break, but he doesn't really have much to go at here. I think he plays red as a cut. Tried cutting it into the bottom left, but that was super thin and he needed a lot more pace on it. Okay, I don't particularly like these reds. I think they're difficult, but I'm going to go for them anyway. I've left an angle on the one into the middle to try and separate these a little bit. And I've probably ended up worse off. So I'm going to have to play this well. Which I did. I couldn't see any other option. And then you go and play a bad shot after. And then you go and play a half decent shot, but now I'm half snookered. So now I've got to swerve it again. And I have played it really well. Now I've got a super thin cut into the middle. I'm playing it with loads of bottom right. And I miscued, unfortunately, trying to put too much on it. Now I haven't miscued very often recently because I've been using these new SEM tips. And they are absolutely wonderful. They're from a guy called Simon Morgan. If you want any information on the tips, give me a message and I'll point you in the right direction. And what a wonderful black that was. Fortunately, Gav let me get away with that a little bit and I took it 2-1. But really, he should be playing the correct shots there to punish me in that situation. And now it's my break and I've got a decent opportunity here on reds. So I'm going to link these 3 balls up on the left-hand side. I can't do an awful lot with this if I just leave it where it is. So I'm going to have to run this in with right-hand side. And that takes me further up the table so that I can drop this one in the middle, leave myself a little bit of distance. I can't screw on the line that I need, so I'm going to run it with a little bit of left-hand side around the 2 cushions. And now I've got a really nice angle to put this game to bed. Top spin through the gap of the yellows. And we finish off with an absolutely cracking view. Cheers, guys.